Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6, I think, of the ToonCast. Let me just check that real quick. My mouse is... Yes, episode 6. Okay, so this is the 6th episode of the ToonCast, and the reason... well, let me just give a couple of things to say first. This is a re-recording of an episode I did with Sam, but the worst thing is that the audio... it wasn't compatible with my computer, so I couldn't use Sam's audio, even though I tried all my things. I tried converting it to another thing. I tried dropping it in Audacity. That wasn't working. So after months of anticipation and total failure, we're doing a re-record.
The wait is
of
over.
The episode. Yes, finally. Hopefully I'll edit it faster this time. I have no excuse. So, if you guys don't know who Sam is, he is a longtime friend of mine. I think I say long time as if we've known each other for years, but it's only been like 2 years.
I've known this whippersnapper since kindergarten.
Nah. We met through the pilot of Swords Kid. You said you found the pilot of Swords Kid, and then you just came to me and said, hey, check out my cartoon, and then the rest was history from that point on. So,
and you became my first YouTube friend. That was really cool.
Yeah, same here, man. You were the first person I had ever met on YouTube. Actually, no. I guess you are the first person I met on YouTube, because the first internet friend I really grew with was a guy named Vinny a few years ago when I had my gaming channel. But now on YouTube, I have like YouTube friends only, and that wasn't through gaming at all. But yeah, speaking of Kaen Chronicles, I'd like to talk about that first. So my first question to you, Sam, is where did Kaen Chronicles come from?
Kaen Chronicles was an idea that came out because I was watching Teen Titans Go, and you'll never understand it because I grew up with Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans. When it came out, it was amazing, even when I was little. I think it came out when I was maybe 3, maybe 4 or 5, somewhere around that range. But then it ended, and then all these years later, we get a reboot, Teen Titans Go! Oh my god, it took me a while to figure out that show sucks.
Same here.
So I started doodling in class. I'll send you a picture. Insert image here. I started doodling a character that looked like this, and that was Kaen. He originally had that stripe down his hair, which was really weird. But honestly, that's where it all started, and then it just branched off to something really cool. It just started with one character design and just got to really something really cool.
Yeah. Now you've got all of the entire cast of Kaen Chronicles, like Kaen, and like I forget all their names, but like there are a whole bunch of different diverse characters that all have their own little traits and stuff. It's just a super cool.
Cora, Jingo, Zingo, Comet.
Yeah, them.
Crayola. Crayola's my favorite.
She likes crayons, I think. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Sponsored by Crayola.
Hey.
I call this one Sonic's Ashes.
Hey. All right.
So yeah, how's the development of Kaen Chronicles going? Like, what's next for the series after episode 3 and onward and stuff?
Okay, so I've written the entire series. I pretty much figured out the entire series all the way up to at least season 3. The entire story is laid out perfectly, and I feel like it's gonna have a lot of twists and turns in it. Next episode 4, is where we introduce the first actual villain of in Kaen's world, a villain named Granite, who's a giant rock monster who I had a lot of fun designing. He went for so that was like in one of my earlier speed paints with Granite enter the I can't remember what it was called, but it was that's what it was. So it was one of my first speed paints, and it showed a teaser for Kaen fighting Granite. It's actually a really funny battle because Kaen is not used to fighting. He's not used to fighting anybody else except humans because he's so strong, and he's used to fighting humans who don't have superpowers. So he's just like, okay. So he thinks this guy's a robot or something, or some guy in a big mecha suit. But in reality, it's an actual rock monster who's here to steal stuff. And the battle between them is hilarious because he keeps trying to understand it. It's just like, hey, you, knock it off. hey,
you're really mean.
Exactly. Hey, stop it.
Oh, that's great.
Drop it.
That would be such.
Drop it.
that would be such an incredible battle to watch, man. I'd love to watch that.
It's gonna be
because
so
I enjoyed the comedic twist of the series when Breadman came out. Like I was a little weirded out. I was like, this is such a comedic episode for a series that's about superheroes and crime fighting and whatnot. I saw Breadman and I was like, this is good. This is comedy gold. I loved that.
Breadman was created with the intent because you ever seen Danny Phantom?
Yes, I have.
I wanted to put like a pathetic villain like they have there. And the pathetic villain in that franchise is the Box Ghost.
Oh yeah, dude.
So I
love that guy.
So I wanted to give a bit I just wanted to do the comedic stuff where I put a pathetic villain who thinks he's all that, but in reality he's not. So I wanted to think what would be a good contrast for Kaen. So I thought and this is actually thought out. It's not just like coincidence. Kaen's favorite food is sandwiches.
Oh yeah, just like in episode 3.
Yeah, exactly. So Breadman, he's kind of a nuisance, but he's also really helpful because he can make bread out of nothing. He actually does powers, so it's different. Like
that is an amazing superpower.
Oh yeah, and I had too much fun making Breadman. Honestly, it was just oh my god, it's so funny. And yes,
yeah, man,
there will be more episodes with Breadman coming up. We might most likely in the episode around Breadman about just Breadman. It's probably not gonna be up for a while, but honestly, there's gonna be a lot of really cool stuff, including Breadman's origin and how he actually has powers. And where he came from. He is human, but let's just say he's not from around here.
Yeah, that's just, I cannot wait to see more of Breadman, honestly, because it was just such a weird character. Like, not a bad weird kind of character, like a good weird, because like it adds this sort of strange part to the story. Like maybe sometime in a future episode you could actually use Breadman for good, like his powers could actually be useful somehow.
Yeah, but maybe you can throw a piece of bread in the other direction.
They somehow always do that. Yeah, exactly. So another thing about Kaen Chronicles and your videos in general are the music. So you are a very talented composer and singer-songwriter. So why don't you just talk about that for a little bit? How'd you get into making piano songs and whatnot? And
I've been playing piano since I was 2, and it's also really coincidental because that's exactly the same time I started picking up drawing. So my entire life it was a battle between music and art, and currently I'm at college for music, but I still love art to this day. I just make. So when I'm writing the music, it all starts with like I gotta write the scene first. But also sometimes I have to do it simultaneously because sometimes the mood of the scene demands it. So it gets it's a lot of fun to actually just start to compose the music, and because especially Breadman's theme is so funny. It's just like da dun 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 yeah dun 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 and it just really adds. It really adds to it's like sophisticated Mozart-y, but it's also really childish and funny. So it really adds to the humor. It's also really hard because I only have one instrument, which is a piano and possibly my voice, but I don't really have a lot of access to anything else. But that changes now because I have a new scoring program, so I can use that too.
Here's a cool question. Do you have a Kaen Chronicles theme song in the works?
I can't say that I do, but now that I have to, I kind of have to now.
That's kind of like my situation. When I started Swords Kid, I didn't have a theme song for it, but over the past 2 years, it's been around almost. I've been kind of writing this little song that I don't really want to play right now because I really, really want it to get finished before anyone hears it. But you've heard little sprinkles of it in, the various Swords Kid things you've seen on YouTube, like the end of the pilot. That's a little bit of the theme song, and there's something on my Instagram that's kind of like that.
Right.
You can sort of hear it, but that's not the full song. I've got a whole thing that I want to do with it now, but I have this really crappy ukulele that I can't use to record music because it's just not stage quality. I'd rather plug it into an amp and then get the audio from the amp instead of just the raw ukulele recording. But you just gotta do what you gotta do to just get there, because I've recorded a demo for it, but it's just not a good demo. It's exactly that. It's a demo, so it's just a whole bunch of trial and error to get a song up there, right? So
yeah. Also, something I really specialize in is writing songs impromptu. I've been doing that ever since I was little, and to this day, I'm really good at it. So you know what I'm gonna do right now? My keyboard is right here next to me. So I'm gonna take my keyboard and I'm gonna make up a song right now for Swords Kid.
You're gonna improv a song? Oh
yeah.
boy.
Okay. I just
Put a audience sound effect, dude. Yes.
Swords Kid, he's number one. Jordan in the land, and he's so much fun. It's a Swords Kid, and he's number one. Looking out on the field of glory. He is a Swords Kid. Get your voice, kid. Swords Kid, and he's coming around, and he's going out the street of sound. It's a Swords Kid, and he's making his way downtown. For evil, for evil, for
Oh
the
my
Swords Kid.
Sam, I'm so glad you're my friend, dude. That was incredible. I think I have to upload that as a separate video now. Screw the song I've been writing for like the past 4 years. That's the Swords Kid theme song. That was incredible, man.
You wrote a song before I'm replacing the song you wrote. It took you 4 years to write, and I made that in 4 seconds.
Wow, that was completely improvised. And it sounded like a coherent song, too. Like, I could hear the bass and, like, a guitar and trumpet behind that. And shit.
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome, guys. Wow.
And he's coming round. Oh, and at the speed of sound. Fighting evil. Fighting
Yes.
evil. Fighting Oh, yeah.
Whoa. You are soaring up there. Not even I could go that high, dude.
Yeah,
Whoa.
in choir class, they're always like in awe because like they see like first of all, I come in with this deep voice and it's just like, oh yeah, bass, and hitting those bass notes like yeah all the time. But then all of a sudden, they need a high note, and I think one time we were singing Bohemian Rhapsody, and it got to Mamma Mia, let me go. Beelzebub has the devil put a sign for me, and then nobody else could hit that note, but then all of a sudden it went quiet, and the only person singing is me, and going, for me!
Yeah, dude.
After that, everybody just turns around,
Whoa.
all drop, and just like, I thought you were a bass!
Dude, same. Like, under the right conditions, I can sing pretty high. Like, you know, the genre I listen to involves a lot of really high vocals, but most of the time I can't do it. But if my voice is under the right condition, I can. So, like, when I'm singing, everybody in the house can hear me, which is a little embarrassing. And then, like, they hear me, they're like, Mateo, how the heck did you hit that high note? Because if I can go high, you know? It's like, I just got to do it under the right conditions. But obviously right now it's not the correct conditions, so it'd take a while.
The weird thing is that people don't understand what my real voice is. It's like, cause nobody understands because it's just like my voice goes up and down. Cause again, you just heard me go. You just belt like a freaking high note, like
yeah. Like you got kicked in the place where the sun don't shine, man. Just like crazy high. I can't even attempt to do that. It's just crazy.
But then I already go down low, and I go down low, and it's really cool. Just like so. So I started doing Barry White, which is I might actually be uploading a cover of Barry White on. So I might be doing Back to the Future, like so telling me this and telling me that. Wait, question. I need to ask you a question honestly.
Oh yeah, sure.
Do I sound like Tay Sunday?
That is a very oh my gosh, I haven't realized that. Okay, under normal singing circumstances, no. But if you try like a low voice, definitely. Like you can really pull off a Tay Zonday, right? But
I'm Tay Sunday. Yeah. I don't know.
Exactly, dude. That is what? That's insane. You like perfectly did that, man.
Chocolate rain, some say dry
chocolate rain.
If I recorded myself, I do exactly what he did. Like, chocolate rain, move away from the mic to breathe. A baby born will die before the sin. It's gonna be fun.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
I think
like I had never thought of you like that, man. Because like recently when you posted that update video on your channel, like I heard your voice and I'm like, Sam's voice is getting freaking deep, dude. But like I hadn't realized that when I listened to Tays on Day every now and then, I hadn't realized that he had that. You have that exact kind of voice. It's just like a crazy, just like it matches perfectly, right? Like a puzzle piece. It's just crazy. That's another thing I want to talk about.
I think Emma Reyes said that I sounded like you.
A lot of people sound like me. So another thing I want to talk about is not just your voice, but our voices. Because over the years, our voices clearly have had a dramatic change in tone.
Yeah.
So how about you go for your voice first, and then I'll go for mine. And then, how is your voice change experience so far, from high to low?
Terrible. So awful. It is horrible. Horrible, you hear me? Anyways, Mateo,
Crazy. Horrible!
Yeah. Acting.
Yeah, man, you're pretty good at that.
So, let's see.
Acting.
My entire life, my voice was pretty high, but then, middle school came around, and I figured, wait, this is the time where everybody's voice started to get low. So, and it was. Everybody, all the other boys, 7th grade came, everybody entered 7th grade, and my school is different, so it would be like, it would go to 7th and 8th grade. There was no 6th grade. It was just 7th and 8th grade, then you go to the high school. So what happened is 7th grade, all the boys were speaking, oh, hi, like this, and all the stuff. But then a lot of boys, like pretty much all the boys were, by the end of 8th grade, everybody was speaking down low like this. And it's just like, wow. And then I was waiting for my voice. I was waiting so long for my voice, but 8th grade came, 9th grade came, 10th grade came.
11th grade came.
Yes, it did. And what happened?
Nothing, I assume?
Nothing! My voice was like, oh, hi, like this. So I was talking like this pretty much until I was 16. My 16th birthday is when my voice actually started to change like this. But then it was terrible because my voice didn't change at all. But I didn't want to feel left out, so I didn't want to feel like, oh yeah, laugh at the voice. So I found techniques to make my voice deeper. It didn't work that well, but I just walked every day faking my voice, making me think, oh yeah, my voice is totally changing. But then I would relax it and just say, your voice got really high, dude. And it's just like, what?
It's like you're in the middle of walking with a friend. You're like, oh yeah, man, I'll see you later. So I gotta go home now. You get home, you shut the door. You're like, thank goodness that's over.
Yes, exactly.
I guess now it's time to go to my room.
All right, time to go back to voice acting. I'm Mickey Mouse over here.
The only way I know that your voice actually did change was through the Breadman song you did. So I watched that one day, and that was made like 5 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, that was
and when you say that, you're like, Breadman, I am the bread. Like your voice was so
Breadman, I am the Breadman. I found some
exactly,
Breadman,
just like that.
God.
And then I moved to like one of your more recent videos, like your artist problems video. You're like, here are some things that I don't like about traditional art. You're like, you got like the total radio voice now. It's just that drastic change just for a few years, right?
And here's the thing. My voice did not match my appearance. Not
at all.
You expect that unless like somebody who's like, shorter, skinnier. But okay, yeah, I was skinny. But I was not a small person. Like when I came into 9th grade, I was 5'9", and it's just like I was not short. I was tall, and a lot of people shorter than me, a foot shorter than me, all had voices that's like, oh, like this and like that and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, here I am, towering above side. You know how irritating it is? Like, guess what happened in junior year, before my voice changed? I was like, I was 16. No, I was 15. I was going to be 16 soon. I was 5'11", and I got to meet people, and the look on their faces is hilarious when they hear my voice, because it's just like, oh, you're a tall young man. Thank you very much.
Just like a total breaking of, expectation.
Like my height is as high as my voice.
Yes, that's great. So, for me, it's a little bit different because, so I guess we're gonna just slowly transition this into my voice now, because for me, it's a completely different story, but it's also somewhat the same.
Isn't it?
So,
well, you're 14, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be 15 in October, so
Well, you're 14, so you got your voice on time. Must be nice. Must be nice.
No, actually, no, it's not. Here's why. So, for me, my voice kind of does fit me because I'm born on the more bulky side of my family, so I'm kind of like a more, stocky kind of guy.
Right.
So,
also,
my
wait,
voice
I'm sorry. Pause for a second. I hate that so much when I'm talking to people, and when I'm talking to people and they just hear that deep voice, it's just like, hey, how you doing? It's just like, dude, what? Your voice. It is just like,
yes,
what? It's
exactly.
super deep. Like, what does a deep and they say, what does a deep voiced person look like? What do you expect me to have? Like a beard and be like
you expect me to be like punching a giant block of meat in a freezer or something, like climbing up a mountain with a beard.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
just like, what the
shaving
heck?
constantly 24/7. Like, that's not who I am. In fact, I don't even like having a beard. I don't think I'm gonna grow out any facial hair because I just don't like it. But when my voice kind of fits me, but the worst part about me in general with my voice is that people think, and I'm not kidding, I am a woman. When I go to freaking anywhere...
What?
Okay, hear me out.
What kind of woman?
What kind of woman?
Say, what kind of woman?
So, I take a little from both of my family. My mom and my dad, right? My dad, he has a thin little waist, but my mom doesn't, right? My dad has a big upper body, and my mom kind of does, but not as much. So I take from both. I'm kind of just a mashup of Lego bricks. So I take a little from my dad's side for the top part of my body, like my torso up, and my mom's part is just the legs. So I have kind of big legs and big hips for a boy, but I don't mind. It fits my appearance, and I don't care. So when I go to a Walmart, this actually happened on more than one occasion. I go to a Walmart. This even happened at church once, and I'm like, okay, so one time at Walmart, I was getting some jeans because it was getting around winter time, and I wanted to get some jeans because I was tired of wearing shorts all the time during winter, and So I go to Walmart, I pick up a good pair of jeans, and I asked the little lady, but I asked the old lady behind the counter, hey, she asked me, hey, you want to get a dressing room? And then she follows that up with, ma'am, you want to get a dressing room, ma'am? I'm like, I turn around and I muster the deepest voice I can, obviously. I'm like, yes, I would love to get a dressing room, please. She takes one freaking look at my really freaking hairy legs, and she's like, oh my goodness, you're a guy. I'm like, it's like that scene from SpongeBob. Holy fish paste, it's a guy, right? It completely shatters expectation. And another time, I was going up to a cashier at Walmart. And, well, obviously, they apologize afterward because, I don't see misgendering as a hate crime like everybody else does. It's just a common mistake, obviously, because I have long hair and big hips. And, since I'm a little fat, I got man boobs going on. So it's, kind of a thing that just happens normally. It's like you see me, because my mom, my face is literally my mom's face. You look at me, that's how my mom looks. So when people see my mom and then they see me, they automatically assume, oh, your daughter's just big. But no, I'm a big boy, right? So the worst part is that with my conflicting facial hair thing, I don't know if I should grow out facial hair or not, because I need to think of a way to let people know that I am in fact a guy and not a woman, right? So another time,
I am of the male species.
I am a male Homo sapien. So I go up to this cashier. Nobody was there that time for some reason. So the cashiers were standing out waiting to help people. So I go over to the cashier, and they say to me and my grandma, "Are you ladies ready?" And I was like, pardon me, but I am a man. Again, I try to muster the deepest voice I can. I'm like, yes, we are ready. And then she was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Obviously, they're like, it's like, and another time, I didn't notice it this time, but the weirdest one was when I was at church with my mom. So when we go to church, we usually just sit there until service starts. And then what happened was that this lady, yes, it was a lady who came over to us, and my mom described her as having a buzz cut and looking a little bit manly. So this was a little ironic. So she comes over to us and she's like, oh my God, would you ladies like service pamphlets for information? And then like my mom's just like, oh no, that's fine. And then when we get out of service, she's like, did you hear that lady call you a lady? And I was like, no. And she was like, she just totally called you a lady right up to your face. And I had no idea. But then she apparently, I didn't notice it, but apparently she kind of walked away and felt awkward at the same time. So she just like knew. But oh my gosh, the weirdest thing about me though is that it's my voice. I knew I was going to talk about my voice eventually, but I just got off on this lady tangent. With my voice, it started around 2015. I was 12 or 11 years old at the time, I don't remember, and my voice was just then starting to get a little deeper, but it was still high for the time. So when I go back and look at my voice from 2015, Mateo put up a clip.
Hi, I'll have a bacon cheeseburger with a large soda.
It sounded like it was just completely different. Like, I don't know if I showed you this yet, but it was just like so crazy high. Like, imagine my voice pitched.
No, you showed me.
Yeah, imagine my voice pitched 2 octaves up, and then that's it. So it's just like I don't know what happened. And then I got taller too. I'm almost 6 feet tall now. So it's like crazy.
Right.
And like it's crazy. Like growing up and all this stuff, it's like way too fast for me. And then when people like. Even like at church, I'm meeting new people and stuff, and they're like when they can't guess my age, I literally go up to their face and I say, well, guess my age, and they usually guess 18 to 24. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? This is student ministry. This is little kids, teenagers. So I go to the you know whatever it's called, and then I let people know that I am in fact 14. But when new leaders and friends come up to me and they're like, oh, hey, how old are you? I'm like, oh, I'm 14. I'm going to be 15 in October. And they're like, what? I can't believe you're 14. It's just crazy. So, oh my gosh. It's just been this hodgepodge ever since 2015, letting people know that I'm actually my age and not like some super buff, tall dude who's like in his 20s. It's just like, I don't know.
Yet all of a sudden, here's the weird thing. When people guess my age, they never guess my age. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, he's probably older. No, he must be younger. Like, they look at my face and it's just like, apparently I have like some sort of baby face. I don't know. I don't think so, but.
Oh no, you don't. You totally don't. I can't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. But somehow people guess my age. Just like, are you 15? You're 16.
What?
And it's just like, you are not 17. It's just like, all right, fine, you win. I'm not 17. I'm 19!
Totally legal. I can work anywhere and people would never guess otherwise. Like, crazy. That's like kind of my situation. Like, I want to like go out and drive. Of course, this is completely illegal and I do not like support this at all. But like, I someday want to test out if I can go driving and not get caught. Like, I could go driving underage or do literally anything underage and people wouldn't notice. Obviously, nothing too crazy, but like things that only adults could do, like pay my taxes or go to the bank or like get a driver's test or what. Like, I could just lie and say I was born in 1995 and they would totally believe it because I look like I was born in 1995, right? So I have
Let me tell you some crap that happened. Well, let me tell you some crap right now. Not the age between 18 and 20 is the most boring, the worst time because all you can do is vote.
Dude.
All I can do is vote. And guess what? All my friends got to vote last time for president, but what happened? I couldn't vote. Why? Because I was 17 and I had to wait until I was 18.
Wonderful. At least you can get your chance in the next 2 years. When you're 22. 21, I think. I don't know. Oh.
And when I'm 20, and when I am 21 this time, I will be 20. Wait, will I be? Yeah, I will be 21. And if I don't get my way, then I can actually go out for a drink. Hey.
Drink the sorrows away.
I'll be
Would
here all
recommend it. Okay, a few questions.
week. Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
so completely out of touch with what we were talking about for like 10 minutes there. I want to talk about some
Right.
content stuff, like your YouTube and like where you get inspiration and whatnot. So, I'd like to first ask if you guys know Sam. You know his very awesome catchphrase "Kushamagama," and for this podcast,
Oh, now he
I
says it right.
freaking-
Now he says it right.
It was a joke, Sam. Come on. I obviously always say Kushamagama, obviously, or Kushamagummy Bear. Shut up.
Right.
So with
Kushamagama Bear, shut up.
with your catchphrase Kushamagama, I want to know where that came from, because it's such a weird, word. It's like I've never heard it before, and like I think you told me once, like whenever someone new finds out your catchphrase, they're like Kushamagama or whatever. It's just crazy. So where'd that come from?
No one ever says it right the first time. Let me just say that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I was on a cruise ship. I was on a cruise, a European cruise. So technically, Kushamagama is not an American word. Technically, I mean, I don't know. I just thought about that because like the first time it was ever said was in Europe. It was never said. It didn't get said in American soil until afterwards, which is really cool to think
that's
about.
crazy.
So I was on a cruise ship. It was in the Mediterranean. So I had a dream, and I woke up that morning thinking, because I shouted some weird word. I don't think it was Kushamagama, but it was definitely like a really crazy word. So it was something similar to it. So I just woke up and I said, Kushamagama? What the heck? I was even confused by it. It just like, so I went down the water slide where I was with my friends on a cruise ship, and I went down the water slide, and for the very first time, I uttered it out loud for the very first time, going down that awesome water slide. And what did I say? The entire way down.
Kushamagama!
Splash.
And scene.
And my friends look at me at the bottom and they're just like, what did you just say?
It's my new catchphrase, bro. Get used to it.
Exactly. And I just kept saying it over and over and over. My parents got so sick of it, but they over and over and over and over. And it just stuck to this day. And I've been saying it for about 5 or 6 years now. When I say no one, I literally mean no one. When I just showed them the word and just how spelled, like no one looks at it and says Kushamagama. Everybody always says Kushamagama.
Oh, yes. That's what I said the first time.
Kushamagama?
I said Kushamagama for the first time. I was like, what the frick does Kushamagama mean? So I contacted you about it that same day, and I was like, what the heck does this mean? You're like, it's pronounced Ku-sham-a-gam-a. And I was like, what kind of yo gabba gabba crap is this? Like, I don't know what or how to pronounce this, but okay, fine. I'll dust off my hands and walk away if this is what you're into. Fine, sure. And then for some reason, over time, it kind of grew on me. So every now and then, when I'm really happy, I just yell Kushamagama because it's just such a joyous, like, jovial word. Like it is. It's not a word. It's not even a word, but it has that flair to it. You know what I mean? It's crazy how you were able to just like
an ejection.
Yeah, exactly. You just came out of it like out of nowhere, and you're like, hey, that sounds really fun. So now it's just this really fun word that we all say, and I like it a lot. So
you're dang right.
So I want to ask another question, even though this is kind of weird, seeing as we just explained it. But what does Kushamagama truly mean? What does it mean? The word.
It really doesn't have a literal meaning. It could just be just a word of happiness, of just pure joy and all of bliss and all the joy and excitement you have, and just released. So it's just like Kushamagama.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
It feels good.
I could see myself climbing Mount Everest, and then at the top, I just grab a megaphone. Kushamagama! Just like this crazy. Like, it's a great word. Like, it's just a great catchphrase. So
it is.
You implement that into your content, but your content is something that I like to talk about for a little bit.
But also everything, like if you look up hashtag Kushamagama anywhere on Google, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, anywhere, you'll find my stuff.
Yeah. Same with me. Like I've hashtagged SwordsKid for like the past year, and all the SwordsKid stuff is there. So it's like, you know, you hashtag your own things, and then before you know, you've archived like all your posts on that one hashtag.
Right.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. So your content. I want to know how you found out YouTube and making animations and like doing voice stuff and music, and obviously you explain music, but like animations and YouTube are the two main things I want to know. So how'd those come about?
With animation, I started with Flipnote Studio.
Same, dude, same.
Yes, I saw your videos and I was just like,
oh my gosh,
we are connected.
Yes, we are, man. I used that for months.
I waited for so long to get like what was the new one? Flipnote 3D.
Yes, that was the one I was using, dude.
But wait, you use that? You have it?
Yeah, well, I don't have it anymore. Like the old 3DS, I can't find it anywhere, and I gave it to my sister, but she got a new 3DS, so I don't know where it is now. So it's just like this big old mess of like find and hide and seek and stuff. So I still have it in the house. I just don't know where the 3DS is. So it's kind of crazy to know I still have it, but that's what I used when I started on YouTube.
Oh, that's what I started with. I had my old DS. And then I switched to a DSi, and I still kept Flipnote. And I started doing like parody stuff based off regular show recordings. So I would take like shows from regular show, and I would just turn them into a whale and a shark doing stuff. So Mordecai would be the whale, and then Rigby would be a shark. And we'd be like, I look back and it is really funny. Like it's so funny. It's just like a bunch of baby ducks, send them to the moon. Start a machine that doesn't work, send them to the moon. Oh my god, that show!
I loved regular
was
show.
amazing.
It was so
much.
sad to see it go. I was like, no, my
Yeah.
baby. I love that show. It's just a great show.
But I'm ready to see Close Enough.
Oh yeah, I
The new
forgot.
show's coming
I
out.
forgot. Mr.
I'm
Patel
so
was working
excited
on
for that.
I forgot he was working on that.
I don't know when it's coming out though, but I really want to see it.
It looks like a more adult regular show. It just it
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
exactly
it
the
does,
same,
I'm
but
really
it's just
excited.
instead of like random crap, it's just humans doing human things. So it's a fun
Yeah.
concept looking like it. So yeah, you started on your 3DS, and then how did you transition into like using a computer or whatever? You did stop motion for a little bit. So how'd that go?
Yeah, I did stop motion for a little bit, and I used my 3DS because it allowed me to do stop motion
Dude,
stuff.
literally,
And,
we are the same person. Me too. I use my 3DS to do stop motion also. Gosh.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh, Tiffany! I can't believe
We're the
that.
same person.
Oh.
My name is Gabrielle. Why won't you accept that?
That is the worst female voice I've ever heard, but I love it at the same time. All right, so yeah, you did stop motion for a little bit.
Yeah, I did that, and one of the most impressive things I've ever done was my period. Probably one of my proudest works is the periodic melodies. Where here's the thing, I hate to admit this, but I did that in about 2 hours. I did the entire thing in 2 hours because I was lazy and I procrastinated and I waited till the last minute, which I hate doing. I gotten out of that habit now, but I'm really glad. But I cringe about what I used to be. I'm still not perfect, but nobody is.
Yeah.
So when I did that, it was really cool because I didn't script it out. I didn't have like a storyboard like I usually do. I just went with the flow, and it turned out really good. And even worse, when I put Fear Release to it, it was like it matched so perfectly. It was crazy.
Oh, so you got proud of that work, and then it was just like just scaling up your work from there because like you got inspired by like how good that was. Like I had that same thing too with like all my videos. Like the last one was good, but I can make the next one even better because everyone liked the last one. But now I can really push myself to make the next one better, and then the next one after that, and the next one after that. Just always a constant like improvement over your last things. So yeah, I totally get that.
My science teacher was blown away when I did that. It just like, and I didn't want to tell her that it took like I did this last minute because that feels like bragging to me. So I just said, it took me a couple days. A couple days?
Oh.
Like I just can't win. I just can't win. So after that,
Unbelievable.
Then after that, I did a project for history class where I had to do the Battles of Bull Run, which is also up on my YouTube channel. And that was also super fun to do, like so fun. And also that's like the first time like doing that because that was sophomore year, so my voice still hasn't changed yet. But I was able to do trying to do a deep narrator voice, like from the Battles of Bull Run, doing this and that, and up here and down here and over yonder. I don't know, something like that. It was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, my voice, like I was screaming today, so my voice is a little bit hoarse. Nay. But anyways, so it was really, you didn't get that joke?
Yeah, I got that joke. It was a horse. Yeah, that's
Yeah, you
funny.
got it.
Super funny.
So yeah, it was really cool, and it was a lot of fun to do, and it was the biggest project I've ever done, and it took me a couple days. It took me about a week, but it was really fun. And when I showed it into the class the very next day, oh my god, they were blown away, and it was just it's really fun. And then I think one of the last really cool ones I made was Keno Sentoki. That was the sword fighter one based off of that fight from Steven Universe where Pearl fights Hollow Pearl, and it was really cool. So it really helped me with fighting stuff. So that really helped me with staging and doing stuff like that. So it was really cool.
Awesome.
Primitive but fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I was.
So yeah,
like animation techniques back then I used were like super basic and whatnot. So I would use the basic principles of animation like squash and stretch, ins and outs, staging.
I never did that in the beginning. I never did that in the beginning for some reason. I gotta start doing that.
So it's just like this, thing where you would like start crap at first, and then like you make things that like you make things and you show people, and then it's like they get blown away completely. It's like obviously that inspires you, right? So.
Oh yeah.
What else inspires you? Like, what on YouTube or like any other kind of media inspires you? Like with music and stuff like that.
Trying to think. The person that inspired me the most is probably my uncle Teddy. He's in Las Vegas, and he's a songwriter too and a pianist. He's awesome. He plays for his church, and he's like the best. So it's really cool. He's really cool, and I've always looked up to him. Nowadays, I've started doing more stuff like that. So that was fun.
Awesome.
What was the question again? My bad.
What inspires you to do music and animation and stuff like that?
Animation. I'm gonna say what inspires me is both music and animation. Just the motivation to be greater than I was yesterday. Like it's always so really cool because I know that I'll never be 100% perfect, but the fact that I'm not perfect makes me perfect. So I feel like the fact that the world is ever changing and I'll never just stop being awesome, and the fact that people think I'm so amazing to this day, and the fact that I can be even greater is really cool. And my mom and dad and my family always believed in me, and so did my friends. And it's really cool and really satisfying to see my work like really come out and to really just like show them like, hey, you're bit. One second. Okay, so it was always really, really inspiring to show people my work, and I always get a positive reaction.
Talking.
1 second again.
Second intermission.
Hi, Mom. Okay, so I thought it's really cool to show people my work, and they just think you're so amazing, and everybody just like, oh, you're going places one day, kid. Like, y'all going places, kid. Like, you want to be in pictures. You're wonderful to see.
Yes, dude.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, probably my biggest inspiration is probably Rebecca Perham. She is so my sense of comedy, my sense of humor. Like, oh my god, like, and she's so musical. Like, she did musical theater. She's such an artist, and she combines both of those things. It's really cool. And once I get my drawing tablet back, which should be here soon, I'm gonna start doing a speed paint where I'm gonna sing a song as well, and I might post original songs too. But really, what drives me is just what I can do, like to like put a smile on people's faces, because there's just a sense of wonder and awesomeness that music and art puts on my face. It's really weird. Like, I smile like an idiot, just like grinning, just like, oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god,
It's so good.
Exactly.
I get that buzzing feeling, right?
Yeah.
Wait, was that your phone?
Yeah, it's just my phone. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so anyways, it was always really cool, and also like when I grow up, I want to be able to give the gift to other people. Like something that's really cool. Like when I grow up, and I'm already grown up, but once I get rich and famous and successful, I want to be able to help other people in need, because I never had that experience. I would never like struggled. I never really got bullied a lot. I never really struggled financially or mentally. Well, I did for a moment, but not really. So it was really. So I just want to be like, my dream one day is to like literally go into a restaurant and tip a waiter or waitress $300.
That's a good deed.
But I do like, I just want to do that. But also I want to be able to like give my mom and dad everything they ever wanted. Like, I want to give them that house on the beach. My mom, I always promised my mom ever since I was 5. She asked for, I promised mom. I'm like,
Mommy, I'm gonna give you a house on the beach with a porch facing the water. It's gonna be so good. I love you, Mommy. Yay.
so anyways, yeah, that was really cool.
I like how you just transitioned from that high voice to the deep voice.
Thank you so much.
Finally, that's over. All right.
So yeah, that's the answer.
Awesome. It's just such a cool thing for you to do that, man. It's like
Yeah.
the inspiration for your work, and then like you go on to do these big things for your family and stuff. It's just a really generous thing to do. Like, you're doing things that you love to do, and you're giving to other people just because you're making a profit off of it. Like, that's really cool. So,
And first, also, like, when I was little, I found out that I really, really enjoy helping people, because when I was, when my mom and dad used to own a church. We used to own a church, so we were the pastors of that church and owners. So we started a food ministry, a food bank ministry, where we fed, where we would give like food and clothes to people in poverty, because there was a big poverty neighborhood around us. Mm-hmm. So they would come every like third Sunday, and we would pack, and we're just like the very first time it happened, it was just like, this is so boring, packing all this stuff in the bags. But the next day the food bank came, and we were giving it out to people, and we were giving the food to people, and it's like, thank you very much. And what got me is this little kid. Like, I gave her a toy, and she was just like, thank you very much. And watching her hug it and be so thankful for it, and just loving it, and just something that I take for granted every day, and the fact that she just had that, just given to her, it was just really made me feel good. And I just spent the entire day, and every single time, it's just really awesome.
Yeah, man.
So that's really cool.
Totally. It's really good.
Makes me feel like a
Yeah.
Makes me feel like a superhero.
Exactly. Superhero.
Fighting evil. Fighting evil. Fighting evil.
Whoa! You have like yeah. Oh, right.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way to end this, man. That was totally fun. So
Yay.
thank you guys so much for listening to episode 6 of the ToonCast. I had a blast.
Yeah.
This was a way better recording than last time, so
Yes, it was.
I can't wait to get this out there. So thanks for listening. And Sam, would you like to promote your stuff?
Hey everybody, I'm SamBurger3000. Wait, did we introduce me already?
No, you gotta do it again.
No, okay. Fine, I guess. Hey everybody, I'm SamBurger3000, or SamBurger3K, whatever you want to call me. I'm an animator, composer, playwright, and I am the creator of Kaen Chronicles. Go check it out on my channel. It's really cool. And also subscribe to Mateo Toons, because he's super funny and awesome, and has a way better production ethic than I do.
No, I don't. No, I do not.
So, to all the people, all to Mateo Toons out there, all the Toontown fanatics out there, here's a final Kushima Gummy Bear. Dang it!
Yes.
Just
dang it. Yes.
Kushima Gummy Bear, always beware, and laugh at anything in the shape of a chair. Stick around.
Oh my goodness, you have everything thought out. You're a great improv guy. Kushima Gummy Bear, always fear things in the shape of a chair, and stay good. Okay, thanks for listening, and
Kushima Gummy.
Oh, well.
1, 2, 3.
Kushima Gamma. Can you please get your crap together?
1, 2, 3.
Kushima Gamma. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.